You got some sweaty eyebrows.
You ever had
on
that
here.
sweaty brow going on? Man.
You know, we were talking about a little bit ago about patience.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're pretty patient?
Sometimes.
Same.
Sometimes. I feel like there's certain things I'm good at being patient about. I feel like there's other things that I'm like instant gratification. And I'm like, man, I'm almost 21 years old. No, I'm kidding. I feel like, I'm like, man, you know, wisdom comes with age is what they say, right?
That's what they say.
And I'm like, man, I've been praying for wisdom for a long time, I feel like. So I'm hoping that some of that just starts, you know, get in my heart. But I'm like, man, there's certain things, yeah, I can be patient about. But I got to thinking about this. And this was something I thought through the other, like, it's been on my heart for a while now. It's like, you know, when you start talking about, like, some of the guys in the Bible, right? Like, dude, some of them, like, had a promise put on them and waited 40 plus years to see anything or even get close to seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I honestly, in my life, don't know that I've ever had anything that I've had to be that patient about, if I'm being honest.
Right.
And I think a lot of that has to do with where we are as a society in general and how easy, accessible everything is here in our country and what we have. But I think also a portion of that is like, man, this is like a scary, like, this is one of those things I'm scared about asking for help in, but I'm like, man, at the same time, it's like I pray for that, like being patient and waiting like that for eager longing. I'm like,
yeah, it
scares the devil out of me, man. But I'm like, dude, that's
I've prayed for patience, and you know, like, but I it's going back to that instant gratification thing. I was just telling the story last week about, like, y'all remember? Well, I think they still have them, but I haven't seen it in a long time. But the express checkout, you know, it's like 10 items or less. You know, I just remember being in a rush. This is many years ago, so you know, I've grown since then.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I was going through that. Now it's the self checkout, but it was the 10 items or less.
Yeah, when did we start working for Walmart? I'm like, you better give me a $10.99 Walmart. I'm sick of this. I didn't get no training.
Nothing.
I didn't get nothing. I'm thrown in here, no benefit.
Derek's a speed checker, though. I could see him up there.
Yeah,
I put the kids to work.
He needs a raise.
I'm like, Brody, go.
I do have Garrett doing that sometimes. I'm like, check me out, man. And yeah, I do have him do that sometimes. So, anyways, I was going through the express checkout back when they had that, and it was like, clearly, this person in front of me, probably a nice lady, but she clearly had over 10 items. I counted.
She had 12, and I was not having
11.
No,
She
it was
had 11.
like 17 or something. And I was saying this, I like, okay, so if you have 2 packages of hot dogs, do you count that as 1 item or 2 items?
Wow. 1 item, Sam.
It's 1 item. I know. I was being generous with that. I was being generous. It was 1 item. But even with that, it was over 10 items, and I was in a rush. I was not being very patient, so I said something. I was like, you know, you got over 10 items, right? I mean, I'm counting it's like 17.
Please tell me you helped this lady to her car afterwards.
No, I did not. My point is like, you know, I'm not patient sometimes. And some things I am, and some things I'm not. At the checkout aisle, that day, I was not. But now I'm much better.
Man, that just got real, dude.
That's real.
That's
real talk. We want to thank today's sponsor for this episode, Riolanas of Amarillo. Riolanas of Amarillo is the Panhandle's highest paying consignment event. Families can sell their items through Riolanas and earn 65% of their sales. From baby gear to toys to quality kids clothing, you can truly find all you need for your kiddos at Riolanas. Be sure to follow on Facebook and Instagram Riolanas of Amarillo, as their next event is coming up August 11th through the 15th at the Embassy Suites downtown Amarillo. You can also find more at amarillo.riolana.com or scan the QR code on your screen.
Welcome to today's episode, everybody. We're excited with our special guest, Virginia Mares from Dumas, America, people. Okay? Virginia also is an agent with us here at our brokerage, also in the insurance industry.
Yes.
Her and her husband, Zeke, are wonderful people. Been in the community a long time. It's exciting to hear more of your story, how you got into man, the real estate world, how you got into investing and insurance and family life and all the things that have kind of transpired in your life. So welcome to the show, Virginia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to have you. So tell us, who are you? Tell us your story, Miss Virginia.
Wow. Where do I start? So I started doing real estate in 2016. I started with Adrim, which is in Dumas. I had great mentors there. Cheryl Clark, Gordon Clark, Tom Ferguson, which he was more of my friend. You know, he just passed last week, and but I learned a lot from him. That's where I started, and then later it got bought out by Berkshire. And so I was with Berkshire probably a year or two, and now I'm here. But with Tom Ferguson, I learned a lot from him as far as investing, renting, rental property. It's just so much that I can share, but I don't have the time. But anyways, and during through all that, you know, my husband and I, you know, we are a blended family. He has 2 girls. I have 2 girls. They're all our girls, of course. We did the whole softball, traveling, powerlifting. We just did it all. So we're very busy. We're very active in church. You know, God has been incredibly great. I mean, that's just an understatement. And so, well, then after maybe in 2020, that's when I became an insurance agent. And somebody reached out to me and asked if I wanted to work for them, and here we are. And now I'm opening my own insurance agency, aside of being with Rollo. With real estate, with Real.
Right.
You got all
With
the R's
Real. Let
happening
me
right
get
now.
my ducks in a row. So aside with being with you guys with Real, I'm working on opening my insurance agency, my own independent insurance agency, which is with Rollo Insurance. It's going to be here, local. It's going to be in July. The best thing about Rollo is they are God, family, and country. They are very sincere. They just have their beliefs aligned with what I believe. And so that's what attracted me to them. And so, but yeah, here we are. I mean, in a nutshell.
Very cool.
So, what is it like to, or I mean, does it keep you pretty busy being? I mean, you're both a real estate agent, and now you're going to be in insurance. I mean,
Yes.
what's it like to juggle that? And then, I mean, on top of that, four daughters, not just 4 kids, 4 daughters.
Yes. Yes. With the 4 daughters, thankfully 2 of them are adults already, and the 2 younger ones, they'll be seniors. They'll graduate next year. And so they're very independent girls. We've taught them to kind of be on their own, do their own laundry, and, you know, stuff like that. But it is very, very busy. My life is busy. I've got to learn how to juggle. As far as the insurance, I will have my own staff, you know. Once I get that started, I'm going to training in 2 weeks. And so I still don't know really what that's going to be like. I'm just putting my trust in the Lord, like I always have. And as far as Real, my husband is looking to getting his real estate license. So I'll have a little bit of help there, and I know you guys will help me too. So,
Absolutely.
Yep.
so yeah,
That's exciting. I mean, so how long have you done insurance prior to now?
3 years.
And so what, as far as insurance goes, like what did you do? What did you specialize in? Or like what were...
It's a commercial, home, auto, life, and with this new company, I'm going to do farm, ranch, small commercial, churches, nonprofit, you name it, Medicare supplements, long-term health, even we're going to do like wealth management.
Awesome.
Also.
So cool.
So there's just a lot of services that I'm going to offer. We carry about 300 carriers. And so whatever you can imagine, I'm assuming we can cover it.
That is
So
awesome.
cool.
So yeah.
So cool. Well, getting into real estate, I want you to talk about that a little bit. What was that process like for you when you decided that you were going to get into real estate? What drew you to that?
my schedule with the 4 girls. I wanted that flexibility, and also wanted to help people buy their own house, like make their dreams come true. And so, actually, that's something my husband asked me to do. Well, maybe you need a job too where you have that flexibility, like hairstylist. They have flexibility, but I don't fit in that category. I couldn't do that, So that's why I got into real estate. And then later we started investing in properties, and we just saw how amazing that works,
Yeah.
And when you, and for me as a realtor, going to the closing table with your clients, and just there's the smiles on their face, and just it's their home,
Yep.
And same thing with investors too. It's an investment. It's just not a pair of shoes you're buying. It's something. It's big.
That fits in a lot of reasons why I did the same thing when in real estate. It's like number one, it gave me more freedom and time to be with my family. I was coaching and teaching, and I was thinking like, man, I'm so busy coaching and teaching that to take time for my son, or to any other, my daughters too, was just going to be really hard. I'd have to really try to carve out some times. But if I went into get that entrepreneurial spirit and that also wealth building, it kind of fits both. Like I can make my own schedule, have my own business, be with my son. What if he's got something going on with soccer? He's got something going on with choir. I can go do that. If my daughter's got something coming up, I can schedule around that. And at the same time, be able to generate some wealth also.
Yes.
There's nothing like going into a closing table with someone who's never owned a home, who's going to have the keys of their own for the first time, and when they can have their own, Christmas dinners, Thanksgiving dinners right there in their own home, and it's an awesome thing.
It is, and that's where my heart is. Like I love helping people. Like I love being of service. I'm here to serve, just like Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, I wish I was like Jesus, perfect, but no, it's just, I have a servant's heart.
Yeah.
And so that's where I like the real estate and the insurance part, because I get to help my community. And also, I'm bilingual, so I get to help my people too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love
speak
that.
Spanish.
I love that. And the one thing that's really awesome too about, some things that you guys have already covered in this episode is, man, so diversification right now is huge, right? In the landscape of our economy, in real estate, in the world out there right now, with the number of jobs, with real estate agents in 2023, 60,000 have already left the industry, 64,000.
Yep.
So diversification is huge.
Right.
So I don't, and it's getting harder and harder. Some stats have shown where inflation and where affordability index is, it's getting harder and harder to have a one-person income providing home. And so what I love about what we're all connected in right now with our brokerage offering 9 different ways of making income, and then with you diversifying in investments with your husband, real estate, insurance, you're giving yourself multiple avenues while still being able to be in control of your time.
Yes.
Because those are all things that you can do and have control over.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier now, I'm not saying that it's easy to do it. It's easier now to be able to put your families in a position to have multiple sources of income and have control or gain control back over your time. I love that we're in this aspect of time now to where the one thing COVID did that I'm thankful for is it opened a lot of people's eyes and hearts to seeing what was really important.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that started changing the game over the last 2 years of, what? Why am I in an office? Why am I working X amount of hours per week? Why am I not doing this for my own self and being with my family and being with my kids? And I think it just kind of brought everything back into reality. So I'm really actually thankful for that, because it kind of did the same thing for us. We were in the same boat. Mm-hmm. I was a real estate agent, jumped in the game, and Tamara fortunately was able to stay home with the kids during COVID because school wasn't even happening in Oregon. And so I'm really thankful that we're in the industry we are, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, because it allows us a lot of different ways and a lot of different opportunities that other jobs would not provide me. And so I'm really thankful for that. So I love that you two touched on that, because there's a wealth building component to real estate. You can, quote unquote, get out of the rat race, you know,
Yes.
and being a slave to your job, being a slave to all the things around you that are stealing your time. That's the one commodity we don't get back. So I love that you talked on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about scheduling and what that looked like for you, because with having 4 girls, along with running 2 businesses or working for that insurance agency, as well as being a real estate professional, like, how in the world did you fit all of that in? Because scheduling is a big part of what we
Yes.
do. If you don't schedule things out, if you don't run your business,
Right.
your business will run you.
Yes.
And it will run you into the ground if you let it. And it's, I mean, just taking control of that time that you have and devoting certain amounts of time. Anyways, what does that look like for
Yes.
you, or what did that look like?
Well, at the beginning, you know, it was just real estate that I was doing, and that's when my girls were little. They were in grade school and they were junior high. You know, they didn't drive, so when I was just doing real estate, I was half time I was a taxi, and half time I was, you know, a professional. So I just had to learn how to juggle my schedule. You know, during this time after school, I can't do anything because I got to go pick up the girls, or, you know, showings, I had to do them at certain time of the day. Closings could be during the day too while they're in school. So the thing is that they all played sports, and so they didn't get out of practice till like 6 or 7. So that gave me more time. And so my husband helped me, my in-laws helped me, my parents helped me, you know, excuse me, I had a lot of help. So yes, I had to like daily say, okay, today they have a game, tomorrow they have practice. You know, I had to just, you know, just really focus. And then later when I got into insurance, there were already, the 2 older ones were already juniors, I believe. Gally and Abby were already juniors. And so by that time they drove. And so they helped me with the little ones. When they became seniors, the little ones were freshmen, so they gave each other rides, and so we just kind of clicked, you know. And what I said earlier, you know, we taught them to be independent, and, you know, not like, okay, raise yourself, but no, you're on your own. No, not that. It's just, okay.
How do you do things?
Yes. Yes. You need to make your own lunch. You know, if here's money for lunch, here's a certain amount for lunch for the week. If you ran out of money, okay, take your own lunch. And so just things like that. We have like little adults at the house. So, you know, and I know why you're asking, because you have two little ones.
We've got 2
Shay's
little
like,
ones.
look at that.
Yes.
Just trying to think of what that looks like.
Yes.
But I like that Derek had pointed out that in this business, it's not easy, and it's
not.
super challenging. But when you are a sole provider, a sole income, like myself and my wife as well, just like Derek is, but it allows that time for my wife to be home, to be able to spend time with our kids and be able to take them to school or whatever. I mean, to and from school, to sporting events, to practices, to whatever that looks like, extracurricular activities. And that's, we're extremely thankful for that. We haven't gotten to that point yet because we have a 21-month-old and at this point 3-week-old. So trying to
They're so
just
cute too.
thinking, thank you.
You're welcome.
But thinking towards the future, that was why I asked. I like it.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. It'll fall into place, you know, and just focus on the Lord and ask Him for guidance and ask Him to show you, to give you clarity, to give you discernment. And so, that's really what we do.
I love
we
that.
put God first, and everything falls into place in
Amen.
everything. That might sound a little cheesy, you know. I know it's just a schedule that I'm telling you about, but even in that, okay, Lord, help me. What do I do? I have to go pick up. I have to be at 4 places at once. What do I do? Help me. And He'll come through.
1000%. Man, so it's kind of unique. I love that. I think real estate's the one industry where women outpace men, right? So it's kind of crazy. But what I love about that is, like, if you could tell a young woman out there right now who's looking to get in the business, what would you say to her?
Do it. I mean, the sky's the limit. The young woman that I have in my life right now that wants to do it is my daughter. She wants to be an insurance agent, and she wants to be a realtor. And so she's a senior next year, and so she's going to start doing her classes. And so she's a baby in her class. She'll be 17 when she graduates, but when she turns 18, she's going to take that test. And she's already telling me, Mom, I'm just going half a day of school on my senior year. And so if you have any work for me, take me with you to Amarillo, because we'll be driving from Dumas. And so and I encourage her. I mean, the sky's the limit. She still has to go to school.
Yeah.
She still has to go to school, but yeah, whoever wants to go into real estate, investing, I mean, even insurance, do it. It's a great place.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
good. I like that you had touched on when you first got started, you had some incredible leaders, incredible mentors in your life
did.
when you first got started into real estate. Gordon and Cheryl Clark, I know them also.
Oh, they're amazing.
Amazing people.
Yes, they are.
So how important is that when you're getting started? Just, again, for all the young people out there or people that are thinking about getting into the business, real estate specifically, how important is that to find that person or multiple people for you to get started?
Like for me, well, you study for your exam and, and it's like, yeah, you use some of that stuff, probably all of it, but every transaction is different. And so having mentors and teachers it's key, because to this day and I know I'm with Real, but to this day I still remember what Cheryl and Gordon and Tom Ferguson taught me when I first started, and they were my wingmen. They were there. Hey, I remember the first offer I got, the first listing I had, and the first offer I got. It was jibber jabber. I had my license. I had done the class. I knew the big words, but it's like, what do I do? And so that's when your mentors step in, and it's very important that you have somebody take you like under their wing and educate you, because not all transactions are the same. They're different. And so, yes, I highly recommend you get somebody.
Are you frustrated with attempting garage sales and selling on Marketplace? Riolanas of Amarillo is the perfect opportunity to sell all the quality outgrown baby and kids item in one place. Upscale resale is what you will find at Riolanas of Amarillo. They do the work and you cash the check. August 11th through the 15th at Embassy Suites, downtown Amarillo. For more info on how to sell items and when to shop, find them on Facebook and Instagram, Riolanas of Amarillo, or online at amarillo.riolana.com.
You were talking about mentors that really truly guided you in the beginning stages of your career and how important that is. So for any of you listening out there, get a coach, get a mentor, look locally.
Derek's a coach.
Yes.
So if
He's a great one.
You guys, if you do want coaching or you need help in any aspect of your business, if you are a new person listening to this, thinking about getting into business, any one of us in this room, anybody in our organization is incredible, and they will help you. More than welcome to reach out to me. I am a real estate coach and mentor. That is also another business that I do have. So happy to help anybody out there. But I love that you talked on having a mentor, because I think it is crucial in any business, even going further than business, even in life. I mean, I know that the most growth I've experienced in my life is when I had good Christian male leaders who would lead me through how to actually do life. Yes. And it didn't happen till, my early 30s, And so I think having a leader in life and in business is crucial. A mentor. Even the one thing you also pointed out too with you and your husband and all the aspects of things you're doing was your support group, your network, your family, your friends. And I think it's huge. If you're feeling alone, get connected.
Yes.
Get connected. I promise you, every one of us in this room, inside or outside of real estate, we're all the same heart, same mind. We're willing to help anybody. So if you're feeling like you just need to get ahead in life and got to kind of get things in order, man, hit us up.
Yep. Your sphere of influence.
Yep.
has a lot to do with even the way you think.
Yeah.
The way you live life. Sometimes you have to cut people out, but that's for your own good, for your benefit.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, the importance of mentorship, though. We had another guest on a previous episode that she talked about that, Candy Gibbs with Hope Choice, and they literally have specific programs for mentorships for, starting all the way at the age of 8 years old, where you're raising kids all the way up. getting plugged in and having people in your life that really are pouring into your life in a positive way in all of these different areas.
Yep.
It's important.
It
Super
is.
important.
So you also do insurance.
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about what you're hoping to bring to the Amarillo area that you're going to be able to offer folks.
So I'm hoping to bring 25 years of experience with Rollo Insurance. They are headquartered in College Station, and they have offices throughout the U.S. Wonderful people, God-fearing people. And so, yes, we have about, like I said previously, about 300 carriers to offer insurance. That's home, auto, life, small business, nonprofit, wealth management, you name it. We are going to try to take care of you. As far as like claims, you don't have to call a 1-800 number. You call your agent, Virginia Midas. And I'll take care of you. It's more like a locally owned, and I'm excited that it's going to be my own insurance agency. I'll be under Rollo, but it'll be mine. That if one day I want to sell that or inherit it to somebody, I can, like for my girls, So yeah, I'm hoping to bring the best service.
I love that, because your servant heart paired with you getting to also hire your own staff, I think that's going to set you apart here in Amarillo. And also multifaceted. You're bilingual. So you can reach an amazing side of this community that needs a lot of help in those areas. And so I'm really excited to see what you bring to the Amarillo area. And
thank you.
So if anybody's listening that wants a great career, reach out to Virginia.
Yes. I'd be happy to help.
And also, so you're saying that you research a lot of different carriers, right? So to find the best rates.
Yes.
Right. It seems like the insurance rates are going way up right
Yes.
now. In fact, I was talking to a client a couple of weeks ago, and we were looking around at rates, and they're just skyrocketing. Why is that?
They are, and it's just inflation. I mean, really, that's the answer. Just like your groceries are increasing, your fuel is increasing, the cost of living is increasing, so that insurance falls into that. And there's really nothing as carriers or insurance companies, we really can't do anything about it, because it is what it is, sad to say.
Sure. Well, that also plays a big role when somebody is buying a home as well. As you're going to be your insurance, the cost of your insurance premium broken up into your throughout the year into your escrow payment and your mortgage payment, and sometimes that can make or break a deal for somebody in the house that they are wanting to purchase.
Yes.
So if you're out there, reach out to Virginia. If you are maybe in a tough spot where over the last year or even 2 years your insurance has continued to increase, reach out to Virginia, or
Absolutely.
several different insurance agencies, just to see what that would look like to maybe help bring that mortgage payment down. Because we're at the point right now where with everything increasing, just like Virginia had mentioned, with inflation, it's pushing people out of affordability in some cases.
Yes.
And so if you're in a tough spot and you feel like, hey, is there a way that I could save $100 or $200 a month on my insurance or on our monthly payment, see what you can do, because sometimes that can make a big difference. And then when you're looking for a home too, and that's important. I always will send my clients, when they're purchasing a home, several different insurance agencies and people that I have personal contact with that are friends that can get people quotes, and but shop around, figure out what's going to be the best fit for you.
Yes.
I love that. Any tips insurance wise that the everyday person may or may not know?
Any tips? Okay.
We're throwing Virginia on the spot.
Yeah.
So just make sure when you pick your insurance agent that it's somebody that is going to battle for you, that is going to create your portfolio for your wants and your needs. Not somebody that's just going to say, hey, 15 minutes can save you 15%. Well, no.
I don't think any of us have seen those commercials.
No. So, those flashy commercials. And so when it comes to reality, it's like, okay, that was 15 minutes that they built my portfolio or, my insurance policy. So what does that 15 minutes look like when you really need it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, no speeding, follow the law.
That helps.
That helps a ton.
Yes. And so those are things that, that I that just come up, you know, in my head to advise. But
Another thing that you guys have mentioned, you've already talked about, you know, you're asking about everything's going up so high, and you're saying inflation.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you guys are also involved with is investing. So how has inflation how has investing helped you guys and your family across fronts from inflationary periods, et cetera? Has it helped your lives? Has it helped your lifestyle? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, it has. Investing, it has helped. It helps cover the cost of like, let's say our insurance went up. Okay, well then that investment property covers it. So it's like having, in our case, 4 sources of income. So my husband works at Phillips, and then we have the investing, you know, and then I do real estate, and then the insurance. So it definitely is like a backup.
Yep.
Right.
For what you currently have coming in.
In
So,
a way,
yeah.
your rental properties and your investment properties are kind of insurance for your you know, your daily income.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so the one thing that we love teaching people, all of us, is, you know, that's why you should invest. Invest in real estate, because you can get out of that rat race. You can actually help get yourself financial freedom. And yes, there's ways to get financial freedom to where you don't necessarily have to think about the money. But when I talk about financial freedom, I'm saying you got all of your expenses covered. You're in a good financial
Yes.
position to make decisions
Right.
that you're not having to stress about. When you can get the weight of money off your back and you can just focus on who you're meant to be. And that's a whole process. Like, I think we all have to grow through that. But I think when you're able to do that, you can actually live more fulfilling lives, because you're not having to stress about one more thing in your life.
Right.
So I love that you invest. I love that you have multiple sources of ways to help people. How do you manage all that? How do you manage all that?
Zeke helps me a lot. I have his support 100%. Right now, starting my business, it's been a little stressful.
Starting
but,
a business is stressful?
Yeah.
you know, you got to invest, and so you gotta invest
Time, money,
time and
energy.
a large amount of money and energy. And so having that support from your family, especially from your spouse, is number one for me, because it just gives me that ease, you know. And like I said, I mean, everything just kind of has fallen through, and I'll be honest, Derek, like for me, it's something that I've put in prayer. Like, I've asked the Lord, and everything that I have asked him, and I have like asked for clarity, and you know, he's swung the door open.
I remember a conversation me and you had not too long ago.
Yes.
That felt exactly that way.
Just the way this is coming through, you know, Rollo. The day that they recruited, that they reached out to me, I guess I should say, that morning I was praying in my closet. You know, I was trying to decide what I was going to wear, and just talking to God and asking him, hey, you know, I'm not happy where I'm at. Open the door, God, and close the ones that need to be closed. Well, that day or that week, I don't remember, they reached out to me. And for me, it's a God thing. And so I'm just walking by faith. And so that's how I've really done most of my life. You know, because yes, my life sounds crazy. 4 girls, a husband, 4 jobs, 3 jobs, or whatever. It's like, yeah.
That's basically 5 kids. I love you, Zeke.
Sorry, babe. But yeah, so it's been a roller coaster. But you know, and life hasn't been easy. You know, but again, we've just focused on the Lord, and He's made it happen. I really don't have it. That's the answer that I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's in the supernatural way. That's the answer I have. So sometimes there's days I'm just like, I'll look back and how did that happen? How did I function that day? You know, because I was so overwhelmed with work, with family, with personal stuff, and then, you know, but you know, it's all honor and glory to God.
I love that.
That's what it is.
I love that.
How about what is a 5-year goal that you have, personal business?
My 5-year goal to have personal business is for, I guess this would be Zeke's goal. Like, I would like for him to be my real estate partner and help me with the real estate side of it.
Well, what a way to grow together too.
Yes.
Yep.
And so have like Vivian, that she wants to become an insurance agent, have her, work with me. And so, and for my husband not to have a shift work,
Okay.
that job, you worked out there.
Yep.
And so that is, I should say that is my goal and my husband's goal, in 5 years. And so the rat race to be a little bit slower, because by then, the other younger girls, they'll hopefully be done with school or close to being done with school. And so in a sense, we'll be empty nesters. And so my focus is just insurance and real estate. Really, that's my goal.
It sounds like it, growing a family business, growing,
Yes.
Bringing that family closer through. So it's kind of integrated.
Yes.
And what's cool is the word that kept coming to mind as you were saying that, as you asked the question, was legacy. It sounds like you're trying to build
Yes.
a legacy brand to then leave to your kids,
Yes.
and maybe they can leave it one day to their kids.
Yes.
I love that.
That is my 50-year goal, probably.
When I got a lot more gray on my head,
Yes.
ask me if we made it, right? That's funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, anything else, Virginia? Any tips you have? Anybody looking to get into real estate? Anybody looking to get into investing? Anybody looking to get into insurance? This is Virginia's corner.
Well, look into real estate, call us. We'll help you. We're here. Like I said, I'm here to serve. I know you guys are too. There'll be great mentors, I'll help. And insurance as well. If you're looking to be an insurance agent, reach out to me. I'll help you. If you're looking to buy insurance, or if you want me to review your policies, reach out to me. Just like I said, the sky's the limit, and just go for it. Rental properties, investing, yes, you have to invest. You have to have the money to start up front, but you got to make that sacrifice, 'cause that sacrifice is 100% worth it, So
I love
Yeah.
that.
All right. Well, how do we find you? So you're on social media.
Yes.
Website.
yes.
What do you got?
So I have my Facebook page with Real.
Okay.
And I have, of course, my personal Facebook page. My phone number is 806-717-9099. I'm working on doing my Facebook page for the insurance side of it. Awesome. So I'm all over social media, so it's not hard to find me. Virginia Maris.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time today, Virginia. Thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you.
Thank you for your perspective. Keep crushing it. Good luck
Thank
with your
you.
goals. We're all here to support you. And thanks for being on today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.